Hi, Kylie Khumalo has done it again. Unprovoked. Unprovoked. Kylie Khumalo speaking about she was speaking about Uti. She is basically saying that people who have children or men who have children would have gone to court fighting for the custody of the child, not to sit there and do nothing. I have 50,000 words coming at the speed of rushing at 30. It's called what? At 30 seconds per what? Hi, boo. There are a lot of things that Kelly Khumalo is saying here. I'm gonna insert a video where we will talk about a lot of things that people that she has said. People, guys, came for her. I'm gonna insert a video about that. Now, there's a story. Let's pass through this story. Matthew Lani. Do you still remember Dr. Matthew? In Sunday World, they are reporting that Matthew Lani sues Gauteng Department, or he's suing Gauteng Department for Gauteng Department of Education for 2.2 million over harm to his professional image. Doctor, oh my God, Dr. Matthew Lani. Okay, let's move from that. There's another sad story that I want us to talk about. A woman arrested for a murder of a police officer. A 30-year-old woman has been arrested for a murder of an off-duty police officer 50, defeating the ends of justice. Okay. It's so funny that there is less noise about things like this when they happened. But here on this YouTube channel, we are not going to sit here and allow these things to happen and go unaccounted for. We are going to deal with all of those problems. We are going to tackle them head on, because here we don't care whether you are a woman or a man. Remember, we just reported a story about a man who burned his girlfriend to ashes. We dealt with that. Now we are dealing with a female. So with us, crime does not have to have a color or a gender. As long as it is crime, we deal with it. Right. Now, the issue of Kelly Khumalo, I'm going to have to insert a video, but let me start with this story, because the story, Crime SA report that a 37-year-old woman has been arrested for a murder of an off-duty police officer 50 and defeating the ends of justice. The incident occurred approximately 2100, that will be 9 o'clock, on the 15th of June 2025 in Slacha, Eastern Cape. The victim and his girlfriend, detainee, were drinking at the homestead when a quarrel erupted. The argument began after the deceased announced plans to leave for another part of the village, which detainee opposed, accusing him of visiting another girlfriend. After being assaulted, the detainee struck the victim repeatedly on the head with a rendering him unconscious. The suspect surrendered to the police this morning, 16 June 2025, claiming she had fought with the deceased previous evening and discovered him unresponsive in the morning. Police found the victim lying in his back with 2 wounds, front and back, and right arm bruising. The suspect has been charged with murder and defeating the ends of justice for allegedly tampering with the evidence murder weapon. Has been sized for forensic purposes. Okay, thank you very much for that. Thank you. That's another sad story. But moving from one sad story high to a bit lighter, Kelly Khumalo spoke and said this
message with you. It's Father's Day. Us fathers are celebrating the fruits of being fathers. Not social media dads who are gladly not dads, social media spam donors, who are only fathers on social media when there's barely a trace of their existence in their children's lives. And their excuse is, umama umntwana akafuni ngibona umntwana. Abo baba serious? Abo baba ingane abantu abaziyo ukuthi bazele. Okusikayo kubo mama ngambona umntanabo. Bagijima ama-coach ukuthi lo mfazi ngiyomlwisa even if it's the last thing I do, because umntanami and no child of mine will grow up without a father. But ke asikho lapho. Into nje ngifuna ukuyisho ukuthi mangabe bongekho elifini yomntwana kwadlula iminyaka neminyaka awusasubaba wena. Even if you do decide to resurface or take on responsibility, uncle, you are going to be Uncle Smangmang. My husband and myself will father and mother our children. When? Uncle.
After she said all of this, people did not take it kindly. Somebody says, in this situation, Jub must take a back seat. The boy will come to him and he will have a chance to explain himself. There is probably no need to waste money in this case. You know, I've got thousands of words, and you are going to understand in the near future why I said I've got thousands and thousands of words to say about this. One thing that I hate in what Kelly Khumalo says is that speaking about the fact that Jub should be fighting for custody in court. It shall be remembered that at some point Jub had to see the child on the field. Zandi Khumalo had to be the one giving Jub access to the child whilst the child was playing sport. That gives a sense of it creates a sense of create this picture that Kelly Khumalo does not want Jub to see the child, right? Of which it's a normal thing. Now you want him to go to court with you. There's a problem with our women. They are hungry for drama. They want drama. They can't. This toxicity within our women. They want drama, and it's so worried. Like another one is why Jub should go to court. Their son is old now. One day he will go to his dad. Kelly Khumalo thinks their son is still 6-year-old. She can't block Umchita forever. Okay, I'm gonna address this. Well, uyabona uJub kuthi ke ngeke alunge even if he goes to court, because she already poisoned the child. Think of it. She does in public. What happens indoors? She will be calling all the shots or all the sort of names witchcraft. This one. I'm going to give you a comment. Okay, in this situation, Jub must take a seat. The boy will come. Okay, I think we've already read this one. So let's remove this one as well. Now, Uti Omunye speaking about this. Uti, crazy opinion. Time cannot be replaced. I'm sure the young man asking same question. Why my father is not fighting for me? That's another person. The other person says, the notion that men should always waste money in court fighting for their children is crazy. Time has already gone by. The boy is already 15 years old. Soon enough, he will go to his father. Without Kelly Khumalo's permission. You are a woman. I don't expect you to understand anything. You know what? You know why I'm laughing about that? It's because many women miss that point big time. I went after my father. You know what I'm saying? Oh, there's a stage. You reach a certain stage where you will do it. Even girl children, by the way, they sometimes do it. So That's the funny part about it. But omunye uthi ke, this is actually crazy. She loves attention, this one. She just wanna trend if Jup takes her to court. She's a bit confused. Uncle is a stepdad. Biological father will always be the father. The child will grow. She will see it. And then somebody says, Jup will still want. Why Jup angali? Nah, Jup wants to leave. She thinks Jup ki angazi ukuthi bapalukutini lapha. You know what they are saying, right? I'm not gonna tell you what they are saying. You know what they are saying, right? Utamunye. Hey, fuck that Madarakeli Khumalo. Child is created by two people. Jup has said in many times that he wants to take care of his son, but this dragon won't allow him. Now that she mentioned court, why hasn't Jup taken her to court, Vele, when he has all the money? Okay, guys, let me help you here. You see, it's one thing. You see, when women sometimes I struggle a lot with our black ladies to an extent that sometimes I think dating a black woman is a problem. You know why? There are few women who comprehend the essence of family. Now, when I say family, I mean we can be in a relationship, me and you. I'm talking about the ladies. So we break up. My child is still my family. Us breaking up that did not mean breaking up with my family, which is my blood. Do you see the point? How many times have women used that as a way to try to get to the man? How many times have they done that? When they are not succeeding, then they say they do some other stuff. Guys, I'm telling you, I'm not gonna give you all details. There's a current case where this woman goes around and say the man is a deadbeat daddy, right? Attack the man on social media. The man, the child was born. The man takes the woman to children's court. The moment the woman sees that, hey, this guy is serious about this, now that same woman who was complaining about that man being absent, now that the things are things are happening in court, now that same woman does not want to give access to that man. Do you see what I'm trying to say? Because women think that by virtue of giving birth, they now control us. And I always say to people, me personally, I'll never be in a relationship with somebody. For the sake of the child, forget. That's not going to happen. I'm not going to do that. But I don't advocate for absency. I don't advocate for that. So what I'm saying is, if I have a child, I will want to have a relationship with my child. I don't advocate for fathers to abandon their children, but I do advocate that they go through all these processes, right? If you don't win after having gone through these processes, at least tomorrow when that child comes back, you will say, listen, this is what I've done. I tried my best. I went to this court. I did this. Keep the evidence. I did this and I did this and I did this. It did not work. So because it did not work, I then had to let it go. Notice that. But on the contrary, remember the story of this guy, name. Remember the story of Penuel. Remember how he spoke about the fact that even when he was paying maintenance to his child is still struggling. I think it's one of his baby mama, not all of them. I think it's one. But The story of Penuel, you might probably think that it's not a confusing story. Remember the story of Sizwe Mdlalose, who the mother had to take the child away from him. Look, even when Sizwe Mdlalose says, I've got money, I want to support the child, speak to the family agree. The woman take the child and run away. We don't talk about this craziness from women who want men to date them by fire, by force. Because you didn't choose me, then you are not going to get access to the child. Why? Because you did not choose me. The world does not revolve around you. It revolves around all of us. All of us deserve to be treated equally. All of us deserve to be respected equally. So there's that problem. Now, that problem then, the problem that I'm talking about is the problem that when we look at single mothers, parents who are raised by single mothers, we don't talk about that problem. You must go to just your nearest children's court. Just go to your nearest children's court. Go to 2 courts. Focus on maintenance court, and then focus on children's court. You are going to find 2 stories there. You are going to find stories of women who wants the money from the men, but not to give men the access. That is the children's court now. I've also been privileged enough to see or to come across some good women. And I think I know quite a number of them who said, hey, the relationship did not work out between me and the father of the child. But I have no business standing between the child and the father. When the father says, I need my child, that in fact, I also dated one woman at some point for a few months who did that, who will say that when the father calls and say, can I have my child on this date? She's like, I don't hesitate. As long as there is nothing that I'm doing or something that is planned. She's like, I don't hesitate. If he says, you know what, she was like, even if he's calling on a Friday and say, tomorrow, can I have my child? Can I see my child? She's like, if there's nothing in between, it's like, you know what, I will just say, you know what, come at this time, you'll get your child. I'm not gonna stand between the child and the father. Those women, I call them matured enough to be able to distinguish yourself or separate yourself from the relationship you were trying to have with the father. But majority of women, they want to use the child. And this thing, it's so annoying about you women. And I've noticed that with myself. My mother's side, they did not want me to associate with my father because he did not pay lobola, he did not pay what. I looked at it as like, my father could have given me a better education than you guys. Why do you guys don't want me to go to this side? So there's that thing that needs to be fixed within the black family. Now, let me qualify what I said about white people. What I said about white people when I say there's a problem with our black ladies. Our black ladies, they can easily give birth, right? Sorry. But what I've noticed with our white counterpart relationships is that they understand the importance of a family. Now I know. No. Before you go further, before you come for me. What they do best, I may not agree with the process, but I appreciate this. The fact that this thing of clinics, this thing of abortions and all the stuff, it came with them. It was never a black thing. So they will rather eradicate a problem before it becomes a problem. Because they understand that, and you must notice with our white counterparts, they hardly have 6 children. You can hardly hear that a white person has got 6 children. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, I'm saying hardly. It's always 1, 2, 3. Most of the time 2. They're done. And it's funny that they are doing better financially compared to us. But they don't want to mess up with that thing of having so many children. Because they understand man, I don't want to go further, but I'm saying they are understanding, and I don't want to talk about whether abortion is right or wrong, because I'm a Christian, I cannot advocate for abortion, but I'm just speaking from the sense of them understanding the importance of a family and not wanting to give birth anyhow. But our black ladies seems to be, it's easier, man. Hey, the other time I saw a person who's not even working, giving birth. Hey, let me not even say the number. That person will watch this video and say, yeah, you're talking about me. Yeah, children after children, but this person is not working. And I've seen a number of them. So I'm saying there's that lack of understanding of what family is. Money is important in making this family thing work. So you can't have 15 children. But I don't agree with Kelly Khumalo.